Okay. We should be going now. Are we going? Still says, alright. Okay. Alright. New game. While all this is loading up, I'm gonna give some context. This
The ancient Greeks once said,
game
a society grows
I have
great when
played,
men
like,
plant trees whose shade they know
several
they shall never
times
sit in.
and beaten
We tend to forget about this.
several times.
To be careless. But we have to rise to the task.
Can I skip this? Yes, I can.
Welcome.
Typically, you can't skip it right at the start.
I know you're glad to be here.
Skip that too. So, yeah, I have played and beaten this game several times before. Because of that, I have almost memorized where all the enemies are, all the items that I can get,
Welcome
and
to Creo.
pretty much everything else.
We're happy
except
to
for the
welcome you
DLCs.
as part of our ever-expanding family.
But I have played and beaten the DLCs.
Please proceed directly to registration.
So, this is mainly just so I can get this off of my playlist for streaming right now. So, you know, I don't really have anything else really planned. Well, I do have other games I can play, but as of right now, I don't really feel like playing any of them. So,
Creo believes in the right tool for the right job and the right person to wield it.
alright.
Please choose
So,
from our two currently available positions.
It doesn't really
and
matter
follow the
which
orders
one you pick, the Rhino
You
or
will
the
receive your
Linux.
personal work gear
In the
voucher
end,
after registration.
you can get either one right at the start. It just depends on what gear that you want to be starting
If you
with.
like living life
I'm
in
just
the
gonna
fast
pick this
lane,
one because
Creo provi-
most of the enemies right at the beginning use the Linux gear. Nope, it's still loading resources.
Rig installation program running.
Like, another little fun fact, I did not play any Dark Souls-like games until I got this game, The Surge. I played The Surge first, and that's what got me into playing Dark Souls-like games. Mainly because it's just like, cool, Dark Souls, I don't really care to play it, I'm not really all into like the hard games, and then I watched like people play this game, The Surge, and let's just say I was greatly disappointed in how bad they played it. Like, they were shit. Like, this game is not hard.
You have been designated for disassembly.
Okay, my thing is weird up.
Critical error is
Like, from what I saw of how the people played when I watched them play this game, like, they were saying like it was hard, it was like other things. So I'm like, this game is not hard. You just have to be patient enough to watch and learn the enemy's attack patterns to dodge certain things. Like, these things are not hard. But I'll actually get to the... Did he break? Okay, that's a weird glitch. Like, I went and beaten this game without using... If you can see, like, right below my health, that is the thing that's above the F. That's my, like, health potions. I've managed to beat in this game without using a single one. Like, I could go into here, and I can remove it if I wanted. And that means I wouldn't have my health potions. Well, they're called health injectors, but you can think of them as potions. Like I've played, I can't really say that I have mastered the game, but I could say fairly easily that I am good at this game. It's not hard to play. The game is not difficult if you are paying attention to the enemies. Like with the new updates and the DLCs, there have been newer enemies that are harder to deal with, but you can avoid those guys relatively easy. Alright, now the next part of the map will open up.
Are you receiving?
I would talk to her, but
Hello?
all she does is give you like dialogue, which is not all too important. It's like it's cool and all, but it's not needed. She's basically the narrative you need to find out where you need to go. But since I already know where I need to go, I'll just go straight there. Yeah, Q is block. Unlike in Dark Souls 1 and 3 that I have played, the Surge, you do not block. Well, you can block, so you know Q is block, but I find, well, it depends on what weapon you're using. Like, let me pull up this specs. Yeah, there's 5 different weapons. Single hand, staff, heavy duty, single rig, and twin rig. It depends on what weapon you're using. Like if you're using a light weapon, like a one-handed weapon or a staff, twin wigs, it depends on which one you're going with, I suppose. I never really block. But for you to be blocking, you want a heavy duty weapon, like the heavy duty or the single rigs, which are the heaviest weapons in the game, which allows you to have like good stability and everything else to do blocking. And also you'd want like armor, like the gear here, which I have none right now. I will unlock some this moment I get an actual working power core. You want like heavier duty armor, but here's the thing, like in my opinion, dodging is just a lot better to do. Like these zombie-like guys, they're not hard to deal with. They're easy to dodge. They're just not a problem. And because like different body parts do different things and stuff. Like look at that. All he did was that, and as long as I am paying attention to his attack pattern, I won't get hit at all with these guys.
You need to upgrade your power core or replace it, otherwise you ain't getting through that
Where
door.
is it?
If you keep trying to overload it without the proper power capacity, security is gonna end up all over your ass. We've come too far to get
This guy will give me the necessary power core I need.
This is our goal. Get out of here, man. Don't screw it up.
And like another thing I like the dodging, unlike in Dark Souls 3 and 1, you dodge fast. And another thing that's a little broken in this, I don't know if it's been fixed. I have yet to actually experience that they fixed it. But you can literally dodge into an attack and take no damage for it. That is protected. Like, okay, I timed that wrong. I was gonna show that I can like dodge into his attack and I would take no damage. Alright, timed that wrong again. I'm just, whoops, wrong button. I'm so used to hitting escape to pulling up my inventory thing from Dark Souls. It's been a long time since I played this game. A long time. So I'm kind of surprised I still have that one save file. Over here. Grab that. piece of monologue dialogue.
I can't believe they just fired Dr. Chavez. After the years of hard work and dedication she's put into this company. I suppose that's what you get when you stand up for your convictions.
Yeah, these guys are a little more
She's right.
in better condition.
We've got to keep working. Now more than ever.
Ouch.
Give up.
I thought it was good enough distance.
And if she...
Like, if you go watch videos of people playing this that I've seen, like, they were, like, arrogantly not trying to dodge the enemy's attacks. Like, they're not hard to dodge, they're slow, they're obvious that they're going to attack. Like, if you wanted to play a Dark Souls-like game as, like, an introduction, this game definitely works as that, because it's easy to get a hold on, like, certain principles. If I wanted to, I can skip getting a power core and just go straight down there, but it would be a good idea for me to actually do so because I need it to progress. Alright.
Do you require assistance, Warren?
Like, if you want to compare Dark Souls to this game is far easier than Dark Souls. Alright. Health. Above all else. Health. Another thing that I realized from playing this over and over and over again is that, like, you can get a whole bunch of these vital injectors, which are basically just health potions. You don't need them. You don't need them. Like, they're nice to have, like, one health injector mod or injection, whatever, the implants. And, like, it's good to have it, have one, but you don't need it. You want to know why? This. When I do a finishing move, which I'll get to and show what it does in just a tiny bit here. Another thing that's nice is that you can actually store your
Connection
scrap,
to database restored. Checking database.
which is basically
Gear
the
voucher
currency.
detected. Gear voucher redeemed.
All right, now I will have. It's tab. I keep forgetting. Now I'll actually have gear that I can equip. As of right now, I only have those two. But
To help.
now, since I got an actual working power core, I can now rip off see, like, that move was obvious that he was going to do it. That is a finishing move, which allows me to rip off body parts and collect said body part. And also, if I chop off the thing that gives me the weapon, that's what I get. Wrong thing, tab, Jesus Christ, I have to get used to that. Like, this is a single rig. It's heavy, though. It has high impact, low attack speed. That's not the thing I want. And, like, certain weapons go with certain combos. Like, I want to get this right now, because its combo is better than what I have right now. I'll take that. Like, seriously, consider, like, I've been, like, looking at the weapons for a long time, and I have to say that this reclaimed piston is the worst item in this game. Like, you could play, like, in Dark Souls, you could beat the game with any weapon, kind of like with this, as long as you are patient with it. But this saying its combo sucks and everything about it. Another thing that makes this game, like, I'm just going off and listing off things that are different between this and Dark Souls. In Dark Souls, you have a light and a heavy attack, which this this doesn't have that. This has a horizontal and a vertical, which if you use in combination of each other, if you have the stamina, you create combos, which is very different according to what weapon that you're using. So it's just like, I love the fact, like, I love any game that'll allow me to get combos because of this game. Because combos in this game is the bread and butter to make everything work. The reason why I'm aiming for the head is because the head, just like on any, like in a real life scenario, the head is the easiest to stagger someone. So that's why I'm going for that. Even though I should be going for the more armored body parts so I can collect the armor pieces. I have to be a little careful. Here, the enemies are a little more clustered together, so I can trigger multiple. Just like in Dark Souls, the #1 rule: do not fight multiple enemies at once. If you do, you'll be in trouble. Like, you can pull it off, but you are just more. It's just better preferred to not fight multiple enemies at once. Alright, the body in this game is the most hardest to stagger an enemy with, and also to take the least amount of damage for it. So most of the time, I try to keep like doing the body the least. Alright, got those, cool. Up. So I can overcharge this. Like, overcharging things, like, depends on, like, your core's level, which is what I upgraded. Like, gear requires power level, implants require power level, like, that's why, like, health, just getting more health is more essential than getting this. Because this uses up a lot of core power than this does. And if you have this and just do the finishing moves over and over and over again, you don't need this. You don't need it. Like, it's nice to have one implant of the health injectors for emergencies. Because, like, you need help, like, instantly. That guy is a little more dangerous. Like, when I first played this game, that guy surprised me. He's hidden, he came out of nowhere, he's fully armored, and I was not as experienced in the game. As of right now, he's not a threat. I want his legs. Alright, now let's lure him away. Because that other guy's walking over, and he can be triggered to come attack me. Well, aggroed. Come on. Run at me. There you go. Ooh, luckily I staggered him there. But that's like where combos are nice. Also, another thing, just like in wrong thing. Just like in Dark Souls, you get consumables. Best to save those consumables for when you actually need to use them. For like building machinery or head. Okay, there we go. Another nice thing that's nice, if you're facing multiple enemies at once, if you are in a finishing move, you take no damage. Oh yeah, you see the weapon proficiency upgrade? That is another leveling system which I love about this game. Basically, the more you use a type of weapon, the more you deal damage with that type of weapon. So, if you're having trouble fighting like a boss or a type of enemy, the more you fight with your preferred type of weapon, which is the Twin Rig for me, but I have yet to actually get any, but I know where to get them. The more you fight with it, the more damage you can deal with it, the more it levels up. But like weapons, they give like different things. Like this one, the proficiency scaling is very low, meaning if I was to fight with this weapon to level up this type, the one-handed type weapon, it would be very slow. I would gain very little experience for it. While this one is medium, which is better.
We've had issues with Robert Weave again. This time about the exoskeleton program. He's refused
This
to
thing
have
is,
implant surgery. We've explained it's hardly invasive, even off
like,
the
you see a
double
whole
dose.
bunch of these, like,
No,
little
we
container
can't
things.
use it to control
Those
the
hold,
workforce.
like,
You brought up
end
the
game
units.
materials, which I will come back to get.
It's amazing. He doesn't see it as making his job easier. I recommend termination. You know, we put up with too much of his
And just like
trash
Dark
talking.
Souls, you create shortcuts which are useful. One thing that I find sad about this game is that most people dismiss the lore aspect of it. They don't really, like, they think the game is, like, kind of empty because there is no real plot, which there really isn't, but, like, that's not the main focus in the story. Like, all these logs, for instance, that I'm picking up, that is the story. There is no real story in, like, the actual gameplay, but there is a story behind the scenes, and the story is very interesting because it tells you what caused the game to happen, like the surge. Why is it called the surge? Because there was an electrical surge which fried everyone, and that is why there are people like these guys running around. They were normal people. They were doing a normal job and such. I need more legs. They were doing a normal job, and now they're zombies just running around and being hostile to anyone that they come into contact with, other than each other for some reason. Which is kind of a plot hole, seeing how they're supposed to just be mindlessly attacking anyone and everyone, but they don't attack each other. But like, if you pay attention to the quest logs and everything about that, you would actually learn very interesting information on what caused this to happen. Like, I know what happens. Like, I know what caused this to happen. And how it leads up to the Surge 2. That implant I just got. Let's pull it up real fast. This thing is practically the same as this, but this is instant, this is over time. So I really need to get more body. I missed my little shot there. There you go. Took your extra swing there. Ouch. I couldn't get it back. I didn't have stamina. Another thing that I like about this, the dodge, like I said, the dodge is fast, but it's almost instant. Like, there's no time to wait. Like, I could be, like, if you pay attention, you may hear me spamming the spacebar to get away from an enemy. Oh yeah, I forgot you did that. Need to get more body parts. And I'm not talking about, like, if I say body, I mean the, shit. I meant, like, the actual body. The chest piece. They just call them the body bit. Alright, I have 3. I should open up this. Shortcut real fast, just in case I die. Like, I really love this game. There's a lot aspects to it that I love, that I have fun with and everything. Oh, that shortcut is open. It's just, I'm kind of sad that people kind of dismiss it. Like, it's not a hard game, especially when you know what to do and what's happening and how the enemies behave. Even when I started, this wasn't hard. Like, it gets tricky further in when enemies, like, their when you meet new enemies and their attack pattern changes, but they're not hard to deal with. They all have the same attack pattern throughout. There's hardly any new enemies to deal with other than further in the game, but the game is not hard. All you have to do is be patient, farm. Again, like if you're having trouble, farm enemies, level up. While you're doing that, your weapon proficiency will go up, which will give you the ability to deal more damage. Oh, come on. I wanted you to go through the door. Now you're stuck. Like, I'm taking on 2 of these things because they're not hard to deal with. Like, they attack in a straight line, so as long as I jump when they do their little charge, I'm good. And they're dead. Simple as that.
Good to see you.
The med bays are practically the bonfires in Dark Souls. And this is how I make new stuff. Close, please. I need another arm piece. I need to get another chest piece. Another helmet piece too. Like collecting the parts allows me to get like these components. If I don't have, well, if I don't have the blueprint for it yet, if I get a new part that I don't have, I would get the blueprint and also the component. But they give me in batches of 3, so I need to get another one of both of these. And this is where I upgrade shit. Gonna upgrade this right now. I'm gonna have to get more components for that. Well, once I get the ability to have my twin rig, I will be using. Oh yeah, I need to up my power core. I want to have my implants. Have my other stuff. Oh well. Moving on. Oh yes. I almost forgot to do this little bit. There's another little secret area back here. It says stay away. Mainly because these guys over here are a little tough to deal with when you don't have a decent enough weapon. Because hey, look at that. These guys, they like to shoot lasers at you. And that's a little more annoying to deal with at this time. And they're a little stronger too. I mainly want to grab this shit. Oh, I didn't grab it. Damn it. I forgot. It's not instant pickup unlike in Dark Souls. I just need to get used to this game now. It's been forever since I played it. Yeah, these guys are not beaten up. Uh-oh. Damn it, my stamina had to die out right then and there. The other thing that makes these things a little more annoying is that they do like a little burst that gets rid of all your stamina. So that's like another thing you have to pay attention for. Hey, get over here, could ya? Okay, hit me with that. Come on. Well then, if you want to sit there, go ahead. I'm not gonna bother you. Like, I really love the slide feature in this. Like, it allows me to get straight up in enemies' faces right off the bat, and I don't have to... Oop, missed me. Where are you running for? Get over here. There we go. Now I can go back over there and grab that scrap stuff. So now I'm not really gonna be talking much more about the game, mainly because I think I've gone through everything. But yeah, good. Actually, I needed those. Perfect. Now I can get my full gear. I just need to have the necessary power output to actually equip it. That's... I'm gonna need to use my consumables. I think that was how much I needed. Nope. Alright. Darn it. I need to get used to this key, to the keys on this. I think. No! Bingo. Now that should be enough. Still short. Oh. I'm like, why can't I not make this? This is not making sense. It's because if I hit Q and E, it changes like the tier of it, like the mark. And that's how I like to change it if I want it to be like that. So most of the stuff, like the gear for the armor and like weapons, the max I'm gonna be able to get it to is Mark 1. But if I remember, I believe there's one enemy right over here. Let me get through these guys real fast. So I can show you what I mean. Another thing, there's a thing right over here that I'm about to get. Avoid those. That's basically Poison Land. Is most people like to use a staff, from what I understand of this game. Like most people like to use a staff, mainly because it has a very long reach. I don't like using the staffs, nor do I like to use the single rigs or the heavy duty rigs. Heavy duty weapons. Like I like to use the single hand or a twin rig. Although the twin rigs are my favorite because there is one trig rig that I'm going to get that is all time my favorite weapon in this game. And like considerably the second most powerful twin rig in the game. There's one more powerful, but you get it from beating the game, so. But like most people like to use the staff because it has the extra reach. I don't like to use it because for one reason. I don't like the combos that it gives. Okay, so see that thing? That thing is a mini boss. Well, it's not exactly a mini boss, but you can count it as a mini boss. There's technically 5 in the main game. There's more in the DLCs and stuff, but there's technically 5 in the main game. And they drop their own little special loot, which gives you, which if you collect all 5, you get a full set of a special kind of gear that you can only get this way. As of right now, I'm not gonna deal with him, but there is another enemy that was added in that area, other than the 2. There's a shooter guy and there's that scrapper there. If you don't know what that is a scrapper, or at least that's what it's called in the game. But there is another enemy over there, and he's an astronaut. He doesn't drop Mark 1 material. It's either 1 or 3. No, 2 or 3 material. I don't remember which, but I'm not gonna mess with that over there because I don't want to deal with that right now. So, what I'm gonna do is get these guys, follow me over here. Because I need to get to the area that will allow me to get a twin rig. Yep, there goes my stamina. Oh well, it was already gone. Why did I do a jump back there? Ah, you got stuck shooting at a wall. Also, another thing that blast does, it gets rid of all your energy. So that's a little annoying to deal with, too. Alright, grab that. Alright, let's head up here. Deal with the enemy that's up here. Oh. Missed me. Like, I practically remember all the enemies for this base location. While I'm leveling this up. Another little piece of dialogue,
Great news,
which is
guys.
just telling you how to
We
use the
finally got
3D
new
printers.
gear assembly unit down here. And not a moment too soon. The old one was spitting out worse trash
Alright,
than what
now
you
I
put
can
in.
equip
For
that,
now,
which will give
though,
me
you'll
more
have to
health.
manually unlock the schematics on your local accounts, at least until they update the interface. The rest is business as usual.
I don't want to fuck this up because if I don't do this jump right, I will fall right into the grasps of the enemy down there, and I have to go all the way back around. Alright. Now I could go down here, but I have to be a little careful because there's multiple droids down here. Drones, not droids. And again, rule number 1, don't fight multiple enemies at once. I'm saying fuck to that though. Ouch. Because the drones are not really all too difficult to deal with. One more hit. Ouch. Where'd you... Ah. Distance. I really need to monitor my stamina a little bit more. But I'm so more used to using a twin rig, which uses a little less stamina. Alright, there should be one more drone over... Oh, nope. Guess not. Okay. So. That room right here, this room here, that I'm walking through, is the boss room. This is the boss. Hello, boss. As of right now, he's deactivated. For one reason. The power system is offline. I have to turn it online if I want to progress. Because this train right here that allows me to go to the next area has no power. So I can't use it.
After the recent events and the continuing threat to Creo security, we are asking all employees to remain vigilant.
Another little place I can go to if I want to collect material or others, or just farm in general, but in my opinion is not a good idea, is these two guys here. It may look like there's just one guy here, but guess what? These guys like to do sneak attack. There's one guy hiding behind the boxes, and he jumps out of you the moment you attack that guy. And then they both tag team you. So I'm going to leave those guys alone and leave the item there. But I'm gonna move on to the next little thing. Block A, auxiliary power supply, which is where I need to go to unlock power. Gotta lure you away. Come on, big boy. Fine, and I'm just gonna keep poking at you. Whoops, I ran out of stamina. And now you're dead. How'd you like that? Whoop. See, like, I was in that attack range of that attack, and yet I took no damage. Unlike in Dark Souls, if that was to happen, I would have taken damage. I need to get into that room here if I want to create a shortcut from the beginning area to the boss room. But I don't really have to worry about that, because guess what? There's a guy on the opposite side of that door, and he's gotta break it down. Or at least he should. There it is. He won't break down the door if you turn on the power before he does that, but it wouldn't exactly matter if he does or not, because you're gonna open up that door anyway. Easy. And if you did not have a chainsaw already, there's a chainsaw. Hi, little robot drone hiding here. guarding this piece of material. All right. So this guy here is one of the two enemies in this area, in this part of the game, that uses a twin rig and also has the Rhino set gear. Not this guy, the next guy up ahead. If I can pull up, like if we can see him. You'll see what I mean. Oh, this is blocking the view. I want that. This thing is useful. Like this implant, I can't equip it as of right now because I don't have the necessary space to. But there he is, right there. This guy is a little more interesting to deal with because at this point you would not have been used to his attack style. As of right now, I'm just going to avoid him because if he kills me, I have to go through a whole horde of enemies again. But if I rush over here real fast and use this to make sure it's on, bada bing, bada boom, shortcut.
Welcome, Warren.
All right. I need to be doing some leveling up. Now I have a new implant spots. All right. More health. Ejector. That. Cool. And then that. This thing is useful because, as it says, I gain more energy per hit, which is nice because in most situations I find myself in needing that energy. So now, since I can now just use this shortcut in the case that I die, I am... Oh, and another thing, like, in terms of, like, farming scrap, techno scrap, if you go and kill a whole line of enemies, there's a multiplier thing for techno scrap. So the longer you go without going back to the med bay, the more techno scrap you can get. So that's another little feature in that they added in. Oh, that scared me. I wasn't expecting him to be there. Okay, I'm in trouble now. He has me pinned. Whoa. All right. What? That should give me it. A twin rig. Luckily enough for me, everything, the weapons don't require power. I love the twin rigs for one and one reason. They're fast. They deal very little damage, but in terms of like attack speed, I love them. Says I got another one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, if you have like excess stuff that you don't need, if I hold C to destroy, it's basically like selling it. So I'm gonna do that to these because I don't need them, and I really like to have that techno scrap. I don't really need this. In like the second area, I can get one that's better. This thing is nice, it's just not useful. All too much. Like, sure, it beeps, but you have to be like right next to the item for it to start beeping anyway. So, let's see, can I upgrade you? No, I need more weapons. All right. One thing that I'm kind of sad about this weapon is that the proficiency scale is very low.
Remember,
which means it's gotta be a long while before it starts leveling up.
And should be yours.
But that guy is one of the enemies in the game, well, in this area, that uses the twin rig and has the Rhino gear equipment. Alright, now I can upgrade this.
Good to see you.
But it makes it kind of interesting because of the way that you've been like facing all the other enemies. When you finally meet these two guys, you're not prepared for them in the slightest. Like the videos I saw of people when they go in to fight these guys, they go into like, who the hell is this guy? And then get slaughtered because the twin rigs, again, very high attack speed. Attack speed, high. Like, it is very, very quick. They quickly whittle down your health and you're screwed because you haven't faced them before. And then when you finally get to the second area, there's tons of them. So, at that point, you get used to them. I need to use one of my consumables. It should be enough. There we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna be using the twin rigs throughout the rest of the game.
Hopefully, I can manage to get a twin rig that is better than this one that I actually level up faster before I get the twin rig that I'm gonna be using throughout the rest of the game. But I get that.
Have a nice day,
But the one twin rig that the twin rig that I'm talking about, I get it from defeating the second boss. All right. So, no, let's use this one shortcut down here, other than going this shortcut through the end back over there. Like, that attack speed that I just did right then is nutty. Let's see if I can get him. No, he's just gonna sit there until I get too close. And I don't need this guy waking up. Is he coming? Yep. Come on. Like, look at that. Look at that. Down for the count. Quick as pie. I need a little bit more, but this would be nice. Oh, shit! You came out of nowhere. Well, not exactly out of nowhere, but I was full of suspicion that you weren't gonna come in and attack me. I was expecting more that that guy over there would. Alright. Let's open up this. Now, this door originally didn't do anything, but since the DLC, the Wild West, whatever, one came out, this door actually does something now. As of right now, since the power is off, it doesn't have any use. There's two enemies here. I want to lure one of them away without getting the other one, so I can deal with them. Oh yeah, there is like a backstab, a thing, but I find it very difficult to pull it off because it's not well implemented, in my opinion. So, most cases, just hit the head if you want to kill an enemy, and that'll do it. Another health booster. If I had the necessary power, well, I can equip this, and this is how I get light. However, if I'm smart, I would use this, because this also gives light. Not very much of it though, so I'm not gonna use it. But that's what I would normally do if I didn't have all the rest of the body gears and I went down here, and I obviously would have had that already, because that's what I do. I had to grab things that could be useful for me. Alright, now that I've done that, this guy will come over to me, if he would. Ouch. Gain some distance to heal up. I really should be collecting the body parts of these guys because I need like a lot more Mark 1 stuff, but I just want to get through these guys real fast because I only have an hour to play. If I was gutsy, I would go down here because there is like a very powerful weapon. Consider this weapon, but a better version of it. It is down in here, but that's a poison swamp, and there's plenty of shooter drones in there that'll shoot my ass. So I'm not gonna go in there. I'm not gonna use the single red stuff, so might as well not get it. Oh yeah, there's also another, this is the one and only enemy that uses the, like how I said there's only 2, well there's technically 3 guys that use the Rhino armor, the equipment, but he uses a heavy hammer, a heavy duty hammer. It's kind of sad how, and right now, like he sounds like he has his wits about him, but the moment you turn on the power to let him open that door, he's already gone insane. So. Yeah, I really should just be collecting more body parts. I need these parts, these components that they give me. That's that. I'll take your leg. I'll take your little drop pile. Still one more guy to go. The drone right there is one of the thruster drone guys. So let's throw this guy away so I can deal with it. Alright, now I can deal with this guy. I'll take your leg.
Come into possession of evidence that links
this is another end game thing. It's a security deposit. As of right now, I don't have. Wish I could get that thing to shut up.
Disabling its GPS function. Therefore, CreoNet cannot ascertain his whereabouts. While he's at large, he is a serious threat to staff and Creo's image. If this were to get out, we need to take care of this quickly and quietly.
Okay, so as I was saying. I'm not sure if you heard anything of it though. This is a security deposit. Area is for security personnel, which I do not have security clearance just yet, but I will after I defeat the 4th boss, that is. And in my opinion, the 4th boss is the hardest boss in the game. This door here is locked until I can power this little junction up above me. You can't see it, but the moment I turn on the power, you'll be able to see it.
I have to say,
I'm
not comfortable with this. Not comfortable at all. We've had multiple accidents in this sector. We have to shut it down and take it to pieces bit by bit. Now, I know what you're going to say, but we've been lucky. We've been able to keep the previous incidents under the rug. We can't keep relying on luck. I know nobody
this guy is technically the first one that you would meet with the twin rigs, and this guy's a little more frantic with what he does, so he's a little more dangerous to deal with. But I have to kill him to get a special kind of implant, and also to turn on the power. Alright, do that, and now you're dead. I'll take your implant. Thank you very much. This implant is one of the better implants in the game. Let me just show you real fast. This thing is practically this thing, except it has unlimited uses as long as I have energy to feed it. Although it's weaker in comparison. Like this is 1/3 of this, but I can use it more if I have the energy to do so. So I would unequip this and equip this. Problem is, in terms of like if I get into a boss fight where it's hard to build up energy, because to build energy and to keep that energy you have to be dealing damage. Like again, energy here, you gain energy from dealing damage. It doesn't go away as long as you keep dealing damage. In a boss fight that doesn't really happen, because most of the time you get 1-2 hits in and then get your ass out of there, otherwise you're gonna get your ass kicked. And now with this, the power's on.
Power system activated. Sector initializing.
Now we'll hear that the security
Sector online.
thing is on.
Attention.
Yep, security lockdown.
In effect.
And now that drone, that robot drone,
Security
yep,
systems are now active. No connection to Creonet at this time.
Krina is down through the whole game, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so now that the power's on, you can see it. This thing has no power, even though the power is on. That circuit board up there, you barely see it in the light. That one, now that I'm actually able to show the light, is malfunctioned in a way. Later, I will be able to like circuit break it and have the door be opened. There's nothing really special beyond the door other than lore bits. So when I finally come back here to grab that material stuff that I told you about, that is when I'll open up this. And also, I'll definitely come back for this, because behind this door is a Mark V of this. And that is very useful. Let's go say hi to the maniac with a hammer. This guy's also a little more dangerous. Oh, actually, I don't have to open up the door if I don't want to. With the power on, now like the lights are all on so I can actually see around, and this thing should be accessible. Why is it not accessible?
Oh no, he's already here. Welcome, Greenhorn.
Can I come in?
Everything in order? Excellent.
Can I come in?
I just gotta take care of some odds and ends before I can let you enter. Nothing untoward, you see. No violence, no brainwashing, no torture.
He's doing all three of those things.
Definitely no torture. I'll only need a minute. Skedaddle for now, won't you?
But I want to enter. You give me nice stuff. Fine. Let's go deal with the hammer guy first, then. Because if I remember right, there's an implant that may be useful for me. This guy might be also the Liberator. There is no real context evidence saying that he is. But, in my opinion, he is. Seeing how he was trapped and now he wants to kill me. And now you're dead. Now that I've actually opened up the door, anytime I come down here, he'll instantly come out. What does that do again? I don't remember. There's a lot of implants and a lot of shit that does shit. The ones that I don't use, I don't really remember all too much about. Like, I don't use that because I don't really care about my energy decaying, because it's going to decay either way. So, yeah, let's just take the rest of this thing out so you can see where it goes. And on my way, I'll use my little shortcut to get out. But yeah, now with the power activated, that drone guy will be on. And you'll probably see him the next time I stream, because it's been an hour and I need to end the stream, which means I have to get back to my medbay. Hello. I should have thought about that. Funny thing is, they can't hit me through walls. If I'm smart about it. Like, they might have hit me if they hit me through the railing there. But they're stupid enough not to try to go around the wall. I'll take this. Apparently something I missed the last time I was here. Which I don't blame it. So now if I enter this room, that drone guy will activate. And then I'll be stuck fighting him. As of right now, I don't have the time to deal with that. So I'm just gonna leave them be. I'm so used to hitting Q to lock on. Maybe I should switch that. Like, I'm never gonna use the guard feature in this. Never. The guard, like, it is useful. Like, there is certain enemies where guarding is useful. But I just not using the equipment where that is all too useful for me. Alright, there's that. Another interesting thing, like the equipment that the enemies are wearing changes. So if you're like trying to get like a full gear of like the Rhino armor right now, this guy is the best choice to do it because he has more of like everything else, and eventually after him switching out his gear once in a while, you can get all of the Rhino gear just from this one guy, if you're smart about it. I'm not gonna use the Rhino gear because I don't have the necessary power to use it as of right now, so
assistance, Warren.
I'm just gonna leave it as it is and level up a few more times. Alright, and then store the rest of this. And this is where the stream is going to end. I'm sorry if you're like coming in expecting me to do like 3-hour stream, mainly due to like yesterday and like on the weekends and things where I did that, but I have work, so I don't really have the time to do more than an hour. Well, I could do 2 hours if I pushed it, but an hour just works out better for me. So, whoops, I wanted to go to the menu. Oh well. So, tomorrow will be me doing Terraria,